hour before McNabb was declared dead. AL.com says McNabb's final words were that he hated the state of Alabama, and then he raised his middle fingers before he was executed. I'm Jason Wirt.
This is USA Radio News.
Everyone loves liberty, so why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their health care. Stop letting others tell you what to do. Call us at 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or check us out online at libertyhealthshare.org. That's libertyhealthshare.org.
The lawyer for the Italian actress accusing Harvey Weinstein of rape says his client is relieved to have come forward, but she's also extremely scared.
Obviously, her greatest regret is opening that door, but she had no idea what was coming.
Attorney David Ring said someone could imagine how Weinstein bullied his way into the victim's room.
If you've heard the audio tape from the New York City incident, police had her wear a wire and recorded that conversation. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
He told reporters in L.A. that the actress has chosen to have her identity protected because of the active LAPD criminal investigation into the matter. The GOP House Speaker got a lot of laughs at an annual event in New York. USA's Chris Barnes reports.
Congressman Paul Ryan making jokes for 17 minutes at the annual Al Smith charity dinner in New York City on Thursday night, throwing a lot of barbs at President Trump, referring to Trump's appearance at the same dinner a year ago.
I know last year that Donald Trump offended some people. Some said it was unbecoming of a public figure, and they said that his comments were offensive. Well, thank God he's learned his lesson.
Ryan also joked about how he works with an abrasive New Yorker with a loud mouth, but says,
once you get to know him, Chuck Schumer's not all that bad.
I'm Chris Barnes.
For USA Radio News.
National Funding Group has just released $100 million in easy access small business funding to businesses that gross at least $100,000 a year. You can have fast access up to $500,000 in new business capital in as little as 48 hours. Think about the ways you could grow your business if you had up to a $500,000 cash infusion. Call a NFG funding expert now. The process is easy. It only takes about 5 minutes. Then our management-owned lending team looks at your application for a fast approval. You can get 100% funded in about 2 days. If you need up to $500,000 in working capital to run your business and you gross at least $100,000 a year, call NFG and apply today. 800-296-1564. 800-296-1564. 800-296-1564. That's 800-296-1564.
Welcome to the Garden America Radio Show, the country's most listened to gardening program. This is your chance to talk about gardening, horticulture, landscaping, in fact, anything that has to do in the world of gardening. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or send us your questions and comments to john@gardenamerica.com. Now, here's Bryan Main, John Bagnasco, and Tiger Palafox on Biz Talk Radio and the Garden America Radio Network.
And good morning. I'm glad we're starting off the show with a lot of laughter. Those of you that have joined us early probably have been watching us in the studio. Right up to the last minute, guys, 6 minutes after the hour. Good morning. I'm Bryan Main. John Bagnasco is back. Tiger Palafox. Great show lined up for you today. Welcome Facebook Live, all those tuned into Facebook. And, of course, coming up in the near future, we'll have some podcast for you. And Tiger is excited to develop our YouTube page. All that coming up in the next, I'm going to say few weeks, Tiger, to give you and I a little breathing room.
Exactly.
Little breathing room.
And can you imagine if we have this much fun just in the studio, what people would laugh at as they're watching us do different things? Oh, my goodness, right?
They do. Well, trust me, they do laugh at us. So welcome, one and all. Spread the word about Facebook Live here as we try to increase our audience on Facebook Live. And as I mentioned, we'll be doing some podcasts that we'll be posting and YouTube Live so you can go back and watch the shows and listen to various shows that we have. Melinda Myers, good friend of ours, will be our guest today. Phone lines are open at 855-424-9825. Post your questions, comments right there on our Facebook page live Also, John, he's back today. John at GardenAmerica.com. Curious, John, and we'll talk a little bit about your reunion, but did you get any questions last week while you were gone?
Any questions?
Yeah, email questions while you were gone.
I may have.
Yeah, because we said, go ahead. Who cares? So he's gone. Send him your questions anyway.
Send away.
Yeah.
I may have, but
Send away.
I get so many questions. I feel I missed a lot while I was gone. I was only gone one day.
A lot happened. A lot happened while you were gone. Anyway, Bob
I'm sure
Riedmiller
Bob did a good job.
Bob
right?
did a great job, and a couple of people said how good it was to see him because they were watching on Facebook Live. Bob, great to see you.
He complained to me. He said you told him that the camera would be thinning, and he said it wasn't.
He had the nicest red shirt on.
Yeah.
Did he?
It popped. It was great. He said, I didn't even think about that when I came in. I said, yeah, but it looked good for the Facebook audience. So, hello and welcome, Facebook viewers. We are back. Tiger is back. It's going to be hot now. This is interesting for those that don't live in California or the West Coast. We've had temperatures, high 70s, low 80s the past week. John, you mentioned for the next 3 days, starting Monday, it's going to be in the hundreds.
Yeah, up to 103 in Fallbrook is what it's projected now. And, I went to my high school reunion, as you mentioned, back in Michigan, just outside of Detroit in Farmington Hills, where I grew up. And the weather back there was cold, rainy, and I would say half the leaves were already off the trees.
Just what you remembered.
Yes, I said, this is why I left.
Come on, it had to be perfect there for that transition. No?
Well, it was nice to see rain, after the dry weather that we've had out here.
Hey, I've got a big complaint.
A big one?
Yeah, my lips have been chapped for about a week. Is it because of the dry air?
The Santa Anas,
and they won't heal. It's just terrible. It's ruining me. So if you see me doing that a lot, it's because I have chapped lips.
It's not because I look delicious.
Whoa, I did miss a lot.
Well, I think people might think I have a tick or something. So that's what that's about.
Hey, I've got some news, an update for you. You asked me about this.
Okay.
Next July 1st, we're going to the Hampton Court Flower Show in England, and we would like...
Is that next year already?
Yes. I'd like, we'd like as many listeners to join us as possible, but we are over half sold out.
So so that means that we have about 10, 15 available spaces? Roughly speaking?
Yeah, that's about it.
So sign up, and if you need information, go to our website, GardenAmerica.com. What is it, left or right-hand side of the homepage? You can check
right-hand sign.
Check the itinerary for the...
the tour is on the left-hand side. You click there, and it'll give you the day-by-day itinerary. If you want to see it, you can see the cost of the tour and everything.
Earthbound Expeditions, Matthew Brumley.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, great people. We're going to be north of London. You want to get there early, spend a day in London, that's fine, but which I think we're going to do. But we're going to go up to the really green part of Britain, up north toward Oxford, right?
We're going into the Cotswolds, and when you see the pictures of English towns with the thatched roofs and everything, that's the Cotswolds.
Is that where the three little pigs were? The one with straw, then sticks, and then brick?
I don't know.
I pictured these little thatched little houses. That's going to be wonderful, and it's going to be a great itinerary.
So the three of us are going, so you want each one of us to be a little pig?
Hey, that's a good idea. Now, who's going to be the big bad wolf?
I don't know, but I'll take the bricks. So you have now straw or sticks.
Either way, I get blown down. It doesn't matter.
But if my house is big enough, you guys are welcome in.
All right.
And then let's see, what else is going on? Today is the beginning of the Save the Roses auction in Carlsbad.
Right.
It's all this weekend, and tomorrow's the live
tomorrow's
auction?
The actual auction. Today is a series of lectures about each one of the roses that's going to be offered. If you want to learn a little bit, you're welcome by. The general public is welcome by. Just go to ccrsauction.com, and you can get directions to the center over in Oceanside.
Now, I've got the address for those that are going to be in San Diego here and are able to attend. It's 1938 Avenida del Oro in Oceanside, California, which is right off Oceanside Boulevard, John.
That is, right near Oceanside and College.
The QLN building. Is that right?
That's right, exactly right.
So I know how to set my GPS to get there, even though I was there last year. We've been in how many places? This is the fourth place they've had it in the last 10, 15 years. We started in Carlsbad.
I think the third, maybe. It could have been four. You could be right.
Carlsbad, then Pea Soup Anderson's,
Right.
And
then
now
this place.
Okay, maybe 3. Okay. And they used to be on Tuesday nights. So glad they're on Sunday afternoons now.
That's right. You complained and we changed everything for you.
I was a wreck. I would pull up. It was already dark. Couldn't find the place.
Oh, I remember one time somebody was out looking for you.
It was
Joel.
Joel was out there waving his arms. We're over here. Over here.
A lot of people are coming just to see you.
You're right.
My brother and sister-in-law are flying in from Michigan.
Just for you.
Yeah, just for this.
That's right.
Why don't you let him know why your brother's wife is really here? She's here at a conference, which works out great. It's a great coincidence, right?
Right. She's staying at the Hotel Del Coronado. She's a logistics manager for Chrysler.
Jeez.
And so they have a conference over there.
Logistics manager, that's everything. What? That's like making sure everything is put in the right place.
That's right.
This is how you do it.
Everything's got to flow correctly.
Don't do it. Chrysler. And they're out of, obviously, they still live in Michigan,
Fiat
right?
now.
Oh, really? They're running Fiat? I'm starting to see.
Fiat is running Chrysler.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Fiat bought Chrysler.
I had no idea.
Yeah, that was after the recession, the Great Recession.
Of 2008.
Right.
You know, the only car company that I know that was not bailed out was Ford.
That's right.
Everybody else was bailed out by the government.
Really?
Ford was not. You know, there's a lot of Ford engines in exotic cars that you wouldn't have any idea. So there's a lot of, what would you call that? Like you said, like Fiat runs Chrysler. There's a lot of exchange of parts and materials with different car companies.
I don't know. You know, when I was...
We're getting a few people saying that the audio is dropping out, so, hey, that's technology for you. We'll get it set up. Don't leave.
When we come back, we're going to talk to Melinda Myers about gardening. How about that?
We're going to do gardening talk?
Yeah,
how about that?
Absolutely.
Working on the audio. Hopefully you're hearing us. It is 16 after the hour. Melinda Myers standing by. We've got John's quote, Bryan, Maine, John Bagnasco. Target Palafox as we kick things off on this Saturday morning. You're tuned in to Garden America.
This is Joe Lample from Growing a Greener World. With the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite Organic Nitrogen Fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 3 months. The organic nitrogen is slow release and won't burn plants even during hot, dry weather. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for 90 years. Milorganite, for better results naturally. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Mosquitoes can transmit deadly diseases, including Zika virus, West Nile virus, and dengue fever. Use Summit Mosquito Dunks to kill mosquitoes before they become disease-spreading pests. Just float an organic mosquito dunk in ponds, bird baths, rain barrels, and any standing water to kill mosquito larvae for 30 days or longer. Don't worry, mosquito dunks won't harm people, pets, fish, birds, or other wildlife. Mosquito dunks are available at fine garden centers and hardware stores.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-521-9579 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-521-9579 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-521-9579. That's 1-800-521-9579. Again, 1-800-521-9579.
Investing is a long-term process. How many times can you think of in the last decade that the stock market has destroyed retirement funds for people just like you and me? For your existing IRA, you need the security that gold has provided for centuries. Remember, gold has never been worth zero. Capital Gold would like to introduce you to the Home Storage Gold IRA. It's a self-directed IRA set up with all the protection and tax benefits of an LLC. But the big difference in this IRA is you invest in gold and you hold it in your possession. You can't do that with stocks. That's security. You can transfer any type of IRA hassle-free in days. Please call right now and learn more, and we'll waive the $500 setup fee and give you a free safe to store your gold. Call 800-223-0092. 800-223-0092. 800-223-0092. That's 800-223-0092.
If you're suffering from hearing loss, stay tuned for a special offer from the makers of Listen Clear, a revolutionary hearing aid breakthrough designed by top audio engineers to fit your ear almost invisibly. Right now, you can try Listen Clear hearing aids absolutely free for 45 days. You can also qualify for free shipping and free batteries for life. Listen Clear hearing aids are so lightweight and comfortable, you can wear them all day long. They're practically invisible, too, so others won't even notice you're wearing them. And the best part is, you'll be able to hear almost everything, everywhere. So do something about your hearing loss. Call Listen Clear now to get started with your 45-day risk-free hearing aid trial. This special offer won't be available for long, so call Listen Clear now.
800-716-4650. 800-716-4650. 800-716-4650. We're here 24 hours a day to help. That's 800-716-4650.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
I think we have our audio problem fixed, solidified, Tiger, right? You have a lot of responsibilities.
I think so.
Okay.
My one job is to watch and make sure this little audio thing goes
That's
up
all
and
you
down.
do. That's all you do. Make sure the light's working and everything. So, hey, thank you for that. We do appreciate that. We are back. Go ahead, John.
Before we bring Melinda Myers on, how about the quote of the week?
Not this week. I don't think so. 855-424-9825 or John.
Who did the quote last week?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
That was a
There was a weird
setup.
It was written weird.
Yeah.
It was grammatically like driving through potholes, wasn't it?
It was.
It was a they, thee, thou.
Either you wrote it wrong or he said it wrong.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was.
So I read it verbatim, and then I read it sort of the way you would understand it. But it was a good quote. We got it.
You did an interpretation of it.
I did. Yes, I did.
All right.
Anyway, John's quote of the week, which we can't ever start the show without the quote. So go ahead, John.
The quote is, October is nature's funeral month. Nature glories in death more than in life. The month of departure is more beautiful than the month of coming. October than May. Every green thing loves to die in bright colors.
Yeah, and that's a quote that Tiger does not agree with.
But that's because he never sees bright colors here in San Diego.
Exactly. I was going to say,
that's
October
true.
Does not mean that.
You know where to go to see those colors? The 163.
All
Driving
the sycamore
south.
trees?
Yeah, all the sycamore tree. That's probably one of the few places. Well, if you go inland, I guess, but one place in San Diego.
Go up to Julian or somewhere like that in the mountains.
But generally speaking, we don't see the colors.
That quote was from Henry Ward Beecher, who was the brother of Harriet Beecher Stowe.
Uncle Tom's Cabin.
That's right.
That's the book, by the way.
Yeah.
People know.
Not where they lived.
No, exactly. 23 after the hour. She's waited long enough. Let's bring on Melinda Myers, Tiger.
Hey, Melinda. Good morning. How are you doing today?
Good morning. I'm doing great. It sounds like you guys are having way too much fun, but that's always the way it is, isn't it?
Hey,
we like to have fun.
Exactly. And it's always fun chatting with our award-winning author, garden expert friends on the radio. How are you doing?
Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Hall of Fame.
Hey, Melinda, have you been to our Facebook page lately, by the way?
I haven't been recently, so I have to confess.
Well, that's okay, because the next time you go there, you'll see this big picture of you with that snake around your neck.
Yeah, that was fun.
And it's still there. It's one of the first things that I see when I log onto our page.
And I look so lovely.
Oh, no, you do. I like it. John's teasing me because I keep looking at it.
That's my other career, just in case things don't work out in horticulture. I'll be a snake charmer or something at the circus.
Melinda, I just got back from my 50th reunion in Michigan, class reunion, and I was mentioning that the weather back there is definitely fall. I imagine the same thing where you are in Wisconsin, right?
You bet. It's been such a crazy year for us in terms of the summer. We had moderate temperatures, a few hot spells, but nights were down in the mid-40s. In this fall, we've had some warm weather, some cold weather. Well, typical Midwest, right, north, that it's always changing. But the colors are starting to show up. So for us, this is how we justify why we live where there's so much cold and snow. Is fall is incredible. I mean, the colors are starting to turn here in southern Wisconsin, and there's nothing that competes with that. You know, when the sugar maples are turning and the red maples and even the birches that are beautiful and yellow with the white bark. So we all remember this. It's kind of that good memory that gets us through till spring, which I do love spring, though. Even though it's very subtle, it's kind of that sign that we made it through winter one more time.
Now, are you done planting and fertilizing for the year? Is there anything you can still plant, or is it just hunker down time?
You know, great question. So fall is a good time, still a good time, depending on how far north you're living. But here in Wisconsin and a lot of the Midwest, the soil's nice and warm, the air's cool, so there's still time to get some of those hardy plants in the ground. Perennials are often on sale, or you can, find some of those great deals, or even if they're not on sale, sometimes we have more time in fall to get things in the ground. So I'm still planting, but, most of us kind of break the rules anyway. And I believe in just putting a little soil mulch down, and after the ground freezes, if you need to, some winter mulch. But really, there's still a good month or more of good root growing season. So not a bad time to do some planting. And bulbs, we can plant those until the ground freezes. And that's where that fertilizer comes in handy. Of course, I'm going to recommend Milorganite, but it's a low nitrogen, slow release, so it won't hurt any of the nearby plantings because it's only available when the plants are actively growing. But it won't promote top growth of your bulbs, but there is some non-leaching phosphorus in there, so it's good for root development. And it provides nutrients not only this fall, but next year as well.
Do you mix that in the hole when you plant the bulbs, or just sprinkle on the top when you're done?
You can do it either way. One of the nice things about Milorganite is kind of you get busy planting and you go, I forgot to add the fertilizer, so you can sprinkle it on top and it'll work its way down. Or you can mix it in the soil as you're replanting. It's not going to burn the bulbs, so that's a nice plus. In addition, it's not recommended as an animal repellent, but people tell me it does help keep some of the animals away. So sprinkling a little on the soil surface, even though those bulbs are buried, may help with some of the animals. And then for sure in spring, you may want to sprinkle a little around as they start to emerge to keep the deer and rabbits away, as gardeners tell me.
Well, in California, our weather can just go, as Tiger was mentioning earlier in the show, from moderate to just blazing hot in no time at all. And in this time of year, I just fertilized with Milorganite, and I'm so happy I did, because if I had put down a chemical fertilizer, and
everything would burn, right?
100-degree temperatures coming up, yeah, it would be terrible. But with Milorganite, I don't have to worry about it. So,
and that is right. That's a great point. It is that goof-proof nature of that fertilizer. It really works well. And we never know what the weather's going to be. Like you mentioned, it's crazy by you. It's changeable everywhere, and we don't know if we're going to get rain or drought. So it's really the safe option any time that you're doing fertilizing, but especially when the weather's very changeable. And the other thing I also get a lot of questions on from those in the North and the Midwest is, do I leave my perennial stand for winter? That's probably one of my biggest questions this time of year. Now, if you're a neat, tidy gardener, you're not going to like my answer, but leaving healthy perennial stand for winter increases their hardiness. Research has shown those things that are borderline hardy, leave them stand. It'll help increase their hardiness. A lot of our beneficial insects overwinter. Those are their winter homes, so leaving them stand, you provide habitat. Food for the birds, and boy, having birds come into your landscape and feed over winter is great. You don't have to fill the feeder. You get the motion, the entertainment the birds provide. And for you guys will laugh, but for us Midwest and Northern gardeners, it's winter interest. Dry, dead stuff can be pretty with snow and evergreens. And so it adds a little something to that winter landscape. So if you can, you're going to do a lot of good for your garden. It's going to be healthier. Plants will really benefit, as will those beneficial insects that help keep the bad guys under control.
Okay, we're going to take a break. Melinda, hold those thoughts. Hopefully we've got some questions coming up. You can post your questions or comments for us or Melinda right there on the Facebook page as we are continuing with Facebook Live this morning. Also, John at GardenAmerica.com. You can pick up the phone, 855-424-9825. As we step aside, Bryan, John, and Tiger with you. Coming right back. Stay with us.
I'm getting older. Do I need to worry about falling?
Yes, you do. Each year, 1 in 4 people 65 and older will experience a fall, and many will be serious. The majority of falls happen at home, so remove things that could make you trip and install handrails to keep you steady. To learn more about the steps you can take to help prevent a fall, please talk to your doctor. You can also visit aarpfoundation.org or MedicareMadeClear.com/falls. This message was brought to you by United Healthcare and AARP Foundation.
When did your light bulb go off? We're talking about that idea you have for a new product or app. Listen, if you want to make your idea a priority, but you don't know how to get it off the ground, you call Davison, the one company with over 25 years experience and exclusive process that turns ideas into products and apps that are found in retail stores and online. Our team has helped tens of thousands of people, just like you. Call now and ask for our free idea starter guide. We'll show you how to securely get started and protect your idea. Whether you have a patent or not, our process will get your idea ready to get in front of a corporation. Don't let your light bulb of an idea go out. Call Davison now for your free idea starter guide. Davison charges fees for services. 800-213-9256. 800-213-9256. 800-213-9256. Again, that's 800-213-9256.
Do you want to take the great shows of Biz Talk Radio wherever you go? Well, now you can with the new Biz Talk Radio app for iPhone and Android devices. Now all the great shows of Biz Talk Radio are with you wherever you go, just an arm's reach away on your smartphone. Download today at the App Store or the Google Play Store and get the brand new Biz Talk Radio app. It's Biz for you wherever you go with the new Biz Talk Radio app.
Here's George Foreman with InventHelp.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been helping inventors for more than 30 years and has sales offices nationwide. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new new ideas. If you have an idea and want to try to patent it and submit it to companies, you should call Invent Help today for free information.
Listen, I can't guarantee a company will be interested in your idea, but I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put Invent Help in your corner.
To get your free inventor's information, call 1-800-351-1453. That's 1-800-351-1453. Again, 1-800-351-1453.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-595-6619. That's 800-595-6619. Again, 800-595-6619.
Are you ready to leave your corporate job behind and be your own boss? Have you ever dreamed of owning a business? Do you have $50,000 or more sitting around in a 401k? If you answered yes, it's time to invest in yourself by buying or starting a business or franchise. IRS code allows you to use money in a 401k to invest in a business with absolutely no penalties or taxes. At Guidant Financial, we've helped more than 11,000 entrepreneurs invest $3 billion in retirement assets into the small businesses and franchises of their dreams. So if you've got $50,000 or more in a 401k and you're looking for a way to start a business, call Guidant Financial now for free information and to learn more. Operators are standing by for your call. 800-570-6630. 800-570-6630. 800-570-6630. That's 800-570-6630.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
And thank you. Well, I'm sorry, John. Did I come in the middle of a conversation?
I was just mentioning that Kathy overslept and just joined us, and I only know that because it's posted on Facebook.
Yeah,
Facebook, right?
You know, that's interesting that Kathy would say that she overslept because yesterday morning I posted something on Facebook very early, around 4 o'clock in the morning, and she responded to it right away. And I said, oh, so somebody else is up early. And she said, sleep is overrated. So welcome, Kathy. Anyway, back with Melinda Myers, everybody.
Yeah, you know, we were... Oh, go ahead, Tiger. I'm sorry I stepped on you.
No, it's all right. It's all right. You're just stepping on everyone this morning. You know?
All right. He takes him a while.
The John Show.
He was off for a week. It takes a while to get the rhythm back.
That's right.
Hey...
Go ahead. All right, I'm not going to say anything. So
Isn't this lovely?
We're going to have dead silence unless you talk.
You know what? How about if we just say, Melinda, you go ahead and start talking?
Yeah. Melinda, please interject here. Save us all.
I'm going to try. We were talking about planting, and I forgot to mention trees and shrubs because it's a good time for all of us. For you guys, hopefully you'll get a little cooler weather coming soon. And as I mentioned before, when you're planting perennials, the soil's nice and warm, the air's cool, so they really have a better shot at establishment. And when I started my career many years ago, I always thought, spring planting and where the climate's cold is better. But we found that, you're moving into that season where, yes, they're going to be dormant, but they'll have a chance to get, put down even more root development early in the season, so before summer heat moves in. And I know I'm talking to the wrong people about summer heat, but it gives those plants a chance to get established. And last time I was on the show, I mentioned, a product called Greenwell Water Savers, and I've had a few questions since I last appeared, so I wanted to just mention it again. It's just this new device that even Sunnyvale in California, the municipal forester there has had good luck. They're green, plastic, heavy-duty, durable products that you put, it forms a ring around the plant, so it helps hold the water when you apply it. Great for hillsides and things. And a lot of municipalities around the country have started using these because they're finding it's a reminder, so homeowners remember to water, or if the municipality's coming out, it holds the mulch in place so it doesn't, roll off the hill or to the side, and then it holds the moisture. So I just wanted to mention that again because I had a few people call and say, what was that product you mentioned? And so that's just a great way to get your plants started, trees and shrubs in particular, but also some people are using them on citrus trees, but tomatoes and other products too, or plants too. So, water is important when we're establishing our plants, and sometimes we forget. We think, okay, they've been in a month, we're done, but it really takes a couple years for those trees and shrubs to get established. So we want to make sure that we give them good post-transplant care and ongoing care the first few years of their lives especially, and then for the long term, because that's a big investment for us.
Can you get those at any retail store, retail garden center?
Lowe's is carrying them in California.
Oh, okay.
They are available online. I've talked to a few garden centers that are planning on carrying them next year as well. So they are available online, and hoping that as people are finding them and hearing about them from their municipal forester or seeing them out in the landscape, a little more readily available. But it's Greenwell Water Savers. So just something I wanted to follow up on because I had some questions last time, and fall is such a good time to plant. When I was at the city, I was an assistant city forester for Milwaukee for a few years, and we found that our fall-planted trees did better than our spring-planted trees. One, I think the environmental conditions were better, but two, I think if the tree planter is happy, they're going to do a better job.
Yeah.
Spring can be wet, messy, and, just really you're trying to get a lot of things in the ground in a short period. So fall, don't overlook fall as a good time to plant a variety of things, even for those in colder climates.
Well, in California, Tiger, this is a great time to put in California natives. Or drought-tolerant plants because the purpose of those is to save water, but they do need to get established. So if you put them in now, we have the winter rains to get the roots going.
Yeah, which is always nice and fun and easy. Hey, Melinda, we have a question here from a listener that says, can you sow seeds for annuals now before winter so they are ready for the spring, or will that hurt the seed?
It depends on the some of the annuals will tolerate, going dormant, but they have to be those cool weather. For those of us in colder climates, need to be the cool season annuals. Last year I tried winter sowing, which I'd heard about at a home and garden show I attended, where you plant your seeds in milk jugs and set them outside in the cold. For those of us in colder climates, you moisten it, you water it, you put the lid on, the top on. So you cut your milk jug in half, put potting mix in the bottom, sow your seeds at the proper depth. Then you close the milk jug, tape it shut, and then leave the cap off. And then just kind of check moisture every once in a while, put it in a sheltered location. I was very skeptical, but I started some annuals, some cosmos, I started perennials, some butterfly weed, some agastache, a variety of plants, and it worked great. So you don't have to worry about lights. You don't have to have somebody water when you're out of town. I still started some things indoors and probably always will, but it was a great way to do it because, it's just you put it out there and you let nature kind of take care of it and just check once in a while. Now, you guys have a whole different situation for planting.
Yeah, boy, yeah.
Well, the question was from Grants Pass, Oregon, and the reason he was asking because this listener was a former California resident.
Everything's different. He's getting used to the way things are up there.
Right. So I think your tips are really applicable to his area.
And then that makes me have a question. Are there, and John, you might help. I don't know if Melinda, you know the answer, but are there seeds that need to be overwintered? Meaning, like, for instance, like a tulip bulb. we can't plant a tulip here in California and let it set in the ground because it doesn't get cold enough through the winter.
We've got to put them in the refrigerator?
Yeah, exactly, for about 4 to 6 weeks or whatever before they can go back out. Now, are there seeds like that too that need that chill?
You bet. And it's called stratification. I always like to throw those terms out so gardeners can kind of impress their friends.
Right.
Needing that.
You don't
right?
get in
Needing
the Hall
that
of
cold.
Fame without knowing a word like stratification.
That was the tipping point right there. That's what got her in.
That's right.
Yeah, I was like, okay, she got that one right. But you're absolutely right, Tiger. So when I'm talking to people who like to experiment and say, collect seeds from things, I always say, look at where the plants grow natively and when they drop their seeds in the ground. And if they're dropping them at the end of the season or fall and they sit in the soil in the cold, they probably need a cold period to sprout and to germinate. So looking at where plants are native is sometimes a good clue, not always, but a good place to start. So you're right. A lot of our perennials need that cold period. If you've grown Lisianthus, it's been renamed to Eustoma, prairie gentian, and then Verbena bonariensis, not only need warm, cold, they need kind of fluctuating temperatures to break dormancy, making them a little more challenging, even as annuals. So you're absolutely right. Plants often need that cold. Some need scarification, which, scratching that seed coat to break it open so it can pull the moisture in and start to sprout. So, looking at where those plants grow naturally is a good place to start.
A perfect example of what you're talking about, Melinda, is that there are no roses in the southern hemisphere. And the reason for that, Tiger, is that they need the stratification in order to germinate. So any birds that would pick up rose seeds and maybe fly south for the winter would be flying into warmer climates where the seeds just aren't going to germinate.
It's an endless summer, so therefore they never have.
Right.
They never get
so
that.
So they've never made it to the southern hemisphere. So all rose species are native to the northern hemisphere.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
I did not know that either.
Look at that.
Well, if you tune in every Saturday, you're bound to pick up.
I would know a lot more, wouldn't I?
Maybe not that much more that you'd care about, but definitely more.
No, I do know that.
I just want to chime.
Go ahead, Melinda. Go ahead.
I'm going to chime in on John's car situation. If he got 84 rose plants in his little Nissan, he does not need a truck because he'd need to buy more land to plant 5 times more roses, because think how many he could get into a truck.
That's what would happen. He would transport twice that much.
But those were being transported away from my house to the auction today. So,
well, that's why your wife is so happy today.
I think if she looks far enough, she'll find things that she would still like moved.
When you leave, she goes out there and she pokes around to see what you're really doing, John. You know that.
No, I don't think she
does.
You
don't think
so? No.
Well, I just planted the seed if she's not. Hey, we're going to take a break. We'll come back and
right now.
We're going to wrap things up quickly with you, Melinda. Say our goodbyes.
Okay,
so stay with us. We've got one more segment coming up. 855-424-9825 is our number. John@gardenamerica.com. You can also post your questions and comments right here on Facebook Live. Talk to each other, too. We're going to take a break. It's Tiger Palafox, Bryan, Maine, John Bagnasco coming back here. You're tuned in to Garden America on this Saturday.
Mosquitoes can transmit deadly diseases, including Zika virus, West Nile virus, and dengue fever. Use Summit Mosquito Dunks to kill mosquitoes before they become disease-spreading pests. Just float an organic mosquito dunk in ponds, bird baths, rain barrels, and any standing water to kill mosquito larvae for 30 days or longer. Don't worry, mosquito dunks won't harm people, pets, fish, birds, or other wildlife. Mosquito dunks are available at fine garden centers and hardware stores.
Do you have insects on your roses? Do you have borers damaging your trees and shrubs due to stress or the drought? This is Tiger Palafox with Garden America Radio. Fertilome Tree and Shrub Drench is a great product that will give you season-long protection against many insects. Fertilome Tree and Shrub Drench can act as a preventer or a curative for insects that suck, chew, or bore on your plants. This may be the easiest product to use. Simply measure, mix in a bucket, and pour around the base of the tree. One application can last up to a full year. Protect your trees with Fertilome Tree and Shrub Drench. Find it at your local independent nursery or fertilome.com.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. A free book to help you maximize your retirement income from television host and three-time author Josh Melberg has been released. This book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we are about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known secrets we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-935-0752 now and you'll receive a free copy of Josh Melberg's book, Next Gen Annuity Strategies Revealed. As a bonus, we'll also send you a copy of The #1 Mistakes Retirees Are Making with Their Investments Today and a free DVD on how you can get up to 33% more income in retirement. Call 800-935-0752. That's 800-935-0752. Employees of J.D. Melberg Financial have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer.
Are you married? Do you and your husband both have term life insurance? If you both don't, you should. You have a lot to protect. Call now, get a free quote for your husband, and while you're at it, get a quote for yourself too. Because you both need term life insurance. Call now. 800-915-9658, 800-915-9658, 800-915-9658. Rates are at all-time lows. We'll shop over 30 top-rated companies to get you the best possible rates. Term life insurance, it's the perfect way to protect the quality of your family's lifestyle. You and your husband both need term life insurance, so call now for a free quote for the both of you. 800-915-9658, 800-915-9658, 800-915-9658.
Due to an upturn in the economy, Main Street Business Loans has pre-approved the release of millions of dollars in small business funding. Your business may already be pre-approved to receive up to $250,000. We've sent out millions of pre-approval letters. We see the economy growing, and our underwriters believe now is the time to invest in your business so you can grow faster and make more money. And we're prepared to give you up to $250,000 to do it. Your funds can be available in 5 days. There are no application fees, no annual fees, just quick access to up to $250,000. If your business did not receive your approval letter to get up to $250,000, call Main Street Business Loans Approval Desk now.
800-430-7570, 800-430-7570, 800-430-7570. That's 800-430-7570.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for under $30,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet under $30,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100 foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait.
Call 800-605-5370, 800-605-5370. Call 800-605-5370.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
It is our final segment. It's 51 minutes after the hour. This is what we would call the epilogue, where we wrap things up with Melinda Myers.
And Melinda, so, I mean, aside from any other future Hall of Fame inductions or awards that you might be getting, ceremonies, dedications, what else do you have coming up? How can people get a hold of you? Where can people find out more info?
website, melindamyers.com. We are in the process of launching a new site, so bear with us. Redoing our website. We have over 1,200 audio tips, several hundred videos, and a lot of frequently asked questions. So it's been almost a year in the making. We're in the process, so in the next week I hope that we'll have our new site up, and if you find problems with it, let us know. We know we'll be fixing things, but that's pretty exciting. We want to make the information easier to find on the website, and so stay tuned. My old site's still up and running, so melindamyers.com, and we've got lots of information to help you have fun and be successful in your garden.
Well, make sure you, as soon as you have that new site launched, you send me a note so that way we can share it with all of our
Yeah, we
listeners,
can post
okay?
it, sure.
Oh, that would be great. I'd really appreciate it. That would be wonderful. I have a great team that's really carried the load on making this happen, so we're very excited. We get our training next week, and I'm gonna improve my technical skills, I hope, with this process.
Now, did you hear Melinda mention she has a great team?
Yes, absolutely.
I keep telling you, we need people.
We do people, yeah.
Yeah.
You are each other's people. You forgot.
I know, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Melinda, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure. We always learn from you, and we appreciate you taking time this morning.
Oh, it's always fun. You always start my weekend out well. Now I'm heading out to do a little planting, so thank you for inspiring me. We'll talk later.
All right.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Melinda Myers, the snake charmer.
You know, I noticed that on Facebook that my niece Lisa joined us, and Lisa is planning her wedding and going to use kind of a shabby chic wedding, I guess. And
Shabby chic wedding?
Shabby chic, and use the succulents, in her arrangements and boutonnieres.
That's a
and
good
things
idea
like that.
because you know what? Those will last a long time. You can take them after the wedding and enjoy them.
It's funny you mention that because when we went to another person inducted into somewhere famous, Deborah Lee Baldwin, was named Horticulturist of the Year by the San Diego Horticultural Society. And we went to the fairgrounds, and she gave everyone a mason jar full of birdseed. And on the top was hot glued green moss with little succulents stems that were cut and hot glued in there. And I kept that thing for probably about 6 weeks to 2 months. And it looked good. The succulents all looked fresh. And they were outside. And then my wife said, can we plant those? She has a little fairy garden that she made for my granddaughter. Because they had started to root in that moss with no water just sitting on top of the mason jar. So one by one, we started pulling them off and putting them in the fairy garden, and every one of them is growing.
Yep. So simple to do.
Yeah. So for a wedding, what a great idea, because once you have a bouquet in a wedding, you can press some of the flowers in pages for memories, but you end up having pictures and throw the bouquet away. But here you could actually have things growing from the wedding if you wanted.
Absolutely.
And, in 2 weeks, we have Cara Lamorado coming on the show, who is a wedding expert. And she's going to be talking about that exact subject. So make sure Lisa's listening to that show or watching.
That show. Yeah, there you go. Perfect timing.
She's coming in studio?
Yeah, she's coming in studio to show how people can create those little wedding favors.
Wow.
So anyone you know who's not married, tell them about that show.
And
or
that's 2
anybody
weeks.
who's thinking of a second marriage, maybe tell them. It doesn't hurt to plan, right?
Plan ahead. Now, your niece's wedding is in 2019, so plenty of time to plan, right?
Yeah. A little story about that is that she happened to call. I was staying at my sister's house when I was in Michigan. She happened to call, and she told my sister to ask me if I knew anything about using succulents in a wedding. And I looked at my sister and I said, you mean like the book I wrote about the subject and gave you an autographed copy?
That book?
So she said, oh, I think I have that. She went to the library, pulled it out, and she did have it. But obviously never looked at it after I gave it to her.
No. A lot of books just sit there on the coffee table.
Speaking of books, Bob Riedmiller and I just wrote a book on success with succulents.
You know, it's available on Amazon for pre-order.
And also Walmart. How about that?
Didn't know that. We knew about Amazon.
Yeah, Walmart I just found out about.
But it won't be available to purchase until December.
Right. Well, you can purchase it now.
Well, yeah, but
it's
you
not
won't
going to
get
be
it.
shipped
Yeah.
until December.
What else do you want to know about your book that I can tell you?
Is there anywhere you can get an autographed copy?
Boy, I don't know, but I like to think about that.
The last
Long
one we
and
did
hard.
with last one I wrote with Sharon Asakawa, we offered on Garden America.
Why don't we do that again with your book?
We could. I have to look into that.
Give it away. We stopped giving away things. We need to start doing that again every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
People like giveaways. If
Well,
you like
we-
giveaways, put a thumbs up on Facebook Live right now if you like giveaways.
But you remember we changed our strategy from giveaway to selling.
Yeah.
And that really helped keep us afloat.
We're trying to stay in business, trying
We
to
are. I
keep
think-
us on the air as long as we can.
We need a GoFundMe page maybe, and then we can start giving things away again.
A patrons page, right? A GoFundUs page.
Yeah. there you go.
Outstanding.
PBS thing.
Yeah, why not? We could do a little telethon or radiothon, raise money. Okay, we are approaching the top of the hour here. We've got news coming up on many of these affiliates. Of course, Facebook Live continues. John at GardenAmerica.com for questions, comments. Also Facebook Live, as we saw last hour, or this hour, I should say, with Melinda Myers.
Yeah, I wanted to mention for people in warmer parts of the country, too. Melinda mentioned leaving your perennials last through the winter. Well, that's nice if you get a snow cover in winter and everything looks white. But if you don't have snow and you've got dead perennials, branches all over, you can clean those up, like in San Diego. If it's the end of the season for a perennial and you've just got dead sticks laying or standing up there, just cut them back. Won't hurt anything.
Okay. Is that your tip for the hour?
I can tell you were really impressed by that.
Dead perennials. I think you should write a book on dead perennials.
We got the Day of the Dead coming up not too far. 2 weeks, right?
29th?
Is that the 29th?
No, it's November.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead, yeah.
What was that thing?
I don't know. I'm just going along with you. If I don't know, I just say, yeah, he's right.
It's Dia de la Muerte, right?
Yep.
All right, we've got news coming up on many of these stations. We're going to continue. Obviously, we hope that things are going well for you. Thank you for tuning in to Facebook Live. We've got news. We're back in 6 minutes after. Stay with us. Don't go away. Continue to watch us here. Garden America on your Saturday morning.
The opinions you hear on Biz Talk Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests, and do not necessarily reflect those of this station, Biz Talk Radio, its management, or advertisers. The information on Biz Talk Radio does not constitute a recommendation, offer, or solicitation to buy or sell any product or service. If you have any questions about Biz Talk Radio, contact us at 817-274-1609 or at biztalkradio.com. Biz Talk Radio.
For USA Radio News, I'm Wendy King. The White House is playing down critical remarks from former Presidents George W. Bush and Barack Obama.
When these two individuals, both past presidents, have criticized the president, they've done so by name and very rarely do it without being pretty direct, as both of them tend to be. So we'll take them at their word that these actions and comments weren't directed towards the president.
In a briefing yesterday, Press Secretary Sarah Sanders blasted the media over fake news. Speaking in Virginia on Thursday, Obama talked about folks who are deliberately trying to make folks angry to demonize people who have different ideas. In New York, Bush said American politics seems more vulnerable to conspiracy theories and outright fabrication. He also noted that bigotry seems emboldened. You're listening to USA Radio News.
Hi, my name is Kip Harridge, and I'm the founder of the Vertical Research Advisory, or VRA. I've been in the investment business for 32 years, managing money for the Wall Street elite and raising hundreds of millions for their companies. In 2003, I created the VRA, my investment and economic newsletter that's been crushing the market for 14 years. We're not a brokerage firm. I tell you what stocks to buy using my proprietary VRA investing system, and then I tell you exactly when to sell and take profits. My system tracks the smart money, using a combination of fundamental and technical analysis, and only target stocks that have the ability to rise by 50% or more. For the first time, we're offering a free 2-week membership to the VRA. You get my daily market commentary and special reports, including my #1 recommendation, which is already up 300% this year. To receive your 2 free weeks, go to VRAinsider.com. That's VRAinsider.com. If you act now, you also get my new book, Crash Proof Prosperity, Becoming Wealthy in the Age of Trump. I look forward to helping you crush Mr. Market at VRAinsider.com.
President Trump is cheering moves toward reform at the UN.
I have to say the United Nations has tremendous potential. It hasn't been used over the years nearly as it should be.
Trump hosted a White House meeting with UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres yesterday. Guterres said the world can be a messy place and noted that full U.S. involvement is needed. A cop killer has been put to death. Here's USA Radio's Jason Wirt.
Alabama has executed a convicted cop killer. Tory Twain McNabb was on Alabama's death row for killing Montgomery police officer Anderson Gordon in 1997. McNabb's attorneys tried to halt the execution at the Holman Correctional Facility in Ardmore. The last stay was lifted just an hour before McNabb was declared dead. AL.com says McNabb's final words were that he hated the state of Alabama, and then he raised his middle fingers before he was executed. I'm Jason Wirt.
This is USA Radio News.
Hi, I'm Wayne Alaroot. I was one of the biggest critics of Obama in the national media. Suddenly, I was under massive IRS attack. So I hired Sam Landis. Sam did an amazing job. We won twice. I didn't owe a penny. Thank you, Sam Landis. Many of you have IRS problems, and you've spent thousands with non-lawyer tax resolution firms. Do yourself a favor. Call Sam Landis for a free consultation. Trust me, Sam Landis is the best. Sam saved my life. Call Sam at 800-WE-HELP-YOU with the letter U. That's toll free. 800-WE-HELP-YOU with the letter U. 800-WE-HELP-YOU.
The lawyer for the Italian actress accusing Harvey Weinstein of rape says his client is relieved to have come forward, but she's also extremely scared.
Obviously, her greatest regret is opening that door, but she had no idea what was coming.
Attorney David Ring said someone could imagine how Weinstein bullied his way into the victim's room.
If you've heard the audio tape from the New York City incident, police had her wear a wire and recorded that conversation. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
He told reporters in L.A. that the actress has chosen to have her identity protected because of the active LAPD criminal investigation into the matter. The GOP House Speaker got a lot of laughs at an annual event in New York. USA's Chris Barnes reports.
Congressman Paul Ryan making jokes for 17 minutes at the annual Al Smith charity dinner in New York City on Thursday night, throwing a lot of barbs at President Trump, referring to Trump's appearance at the same dinner a year ago.
I know last year that Donald Trump offended some people. Some said it was unbecoming of a public figure, and they said that his comments were offensive. Well, thank God he's learned his lesson.
Ryan also joked about how he works with an abrasive New Yorker with a loud mouth, but says,
once you get to know him, Chuck Schumer's not all that bad.
I'm Chris Barnes.
For USA Radio News, I'm Wendy King.
If your credit card bills have gotten out of hand, call Consolidated Credit now. If you're making the minimum payments, but your balance is just not going down, call Consolidated Credit now. If the interest rates on your credit cards are so high, it will take years to get out of debt, call Consolidated Credit now. They've helped over 5 million people with credit card debt. They can consolidate your debts into one lower payment, reduce your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. If you're struggling with credit card debt, the first step is yours. Call Consolidated Credit now. Call 800-350-3241. 800-350-3241. That's 800-350-3241. Consolidated Credit Counseling Services Incorporated, 5701 West Sunrise Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33313. Not a loan company. Licensed by the New York Department of Financial Services or by the Vermont Department of Financial Regulation. Maryland DM 19, Oregon DM 80031. Licensed by the Virginia State Corporation Commission. License number DC 32.
Welcome to the Garden America Radio Show, the country's most listened to gardening program. This is your chance to talk about gardening, horticulture, landscaping, in fact, anything that has to do in the world of gardening. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or send us your questions and comments to john@gardenamerica.com. Now, here's Bryan Main, John Bagnasco, and Tiger Palafox on Biz Talk Radio and the Garden America Radio Network.
And just like that, we are back for hour number 2, 6 minutes after the hour. Welcome, one and all. John at GardenAmerica.com, or post your questions, comments on Facebook Live here. Heard on Biz Talk Radio if you're streaming, wherever you are. Welcome back. It is hour number 2. Bryan, Maine, John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox. It was a great break, wasn't it? One of your better breaks, John, at the top of the hour.
You know, I bend, but I don't break.
That's right. Hey, you're going to be leaving early. We should mention you've got to get to the rose auction.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. So if anybody has a question for me, send it over right away because I'm going to leave in about 15 minutes.
Pronto.
I wanted to ask you how your vegetables were coming.
Outstanding. Everything but the carrots. Still waiting for the carrots.
Oh, the carrots should be up by now.
I should see them peeking over the top?
You should.
Okay.
Right, it's been long enough.
Okay, the spinach, the cilantro, the lettuce, carrots. What else? Was that it?
Yeah. How's the lettuce been?
Outstanding. Because we actually mixed it with, store-bought lettuce,
right?
And you can tell the difference.
Yeah.
You can tell when you get to the
flavor. It's healthier for you.
And again, I'll brag about the cilantro again, too. Unbelievable. Can I do this again soon?
Mm-hmm. Well, you can plant more lettuce if you want.
Yeah, definitely.
Now's a good time.
Because I'm going to do it right.
Cilantro.
I'm going to do cilantro just about any time, right?
I mean, yeah. Well, in your situation, yes, because it's
I've
protected.
got my own environment.
Well, yeah, and you wouldn't plant cilantro out in the middle of Fallbrook right now because it'd get too cold.
But I'm going to do it right. I'm going to dig the trough on both sides, and then.
So if you didn't get one carrot up, what probably was the problem? Too wet. Kept too wet.
You know what? Because it does stay very wet in there.
Yeah. Or it could be old seeds. Where'd you get the seeds?
Garden America Seeds, Mission Hills Nursery, Tiger Palafox. This gentleman right here to your left.
Obviously wasn't the seeds.
Yeah.
No, I'll check.
If you
again.
plant the carrots, you need to do what I told you. When you make your row, put a couple of maybe every 6 inches a radish seed, just to mark the row so you know where the carrots are supposed to be coming up.
Maybe I will just dedicate one row to carrots. Because they're all together. Yeah, spinach, cilantro, a carrot.
You have like a mixed salad going there.
Oh,
I do.
Yeah.
There's a mixed salad in there.
Grab a handful of it and throw some lettuce, some dressing on it.
I wanted to mention, because now is still the perfect time if you live in a warm area like Southern California to plant sweet peas. If you want a great display of sweet peas in the spring, plant your seeds now. They're going to come up. They're going to germinate. They're not going to grow a lot during the winter, but the root system is going to be growing. And it gets so hot here in the spring that we don't have enough time for the sweet peas to develop enough to get a good to put on a good show. And in this week's newsletter, I wrote an article about Mary Lou Hurd, who used to own Hurd's Country Gardens in Westminster. And after she died, Renee's Garden named a sweet pea after her. So you can buy the Mary Lou Hurd sweet peas anywhere that sells Renee's Garden seeds. And those would be great to put in now. And if you read that article about Mary Lou, I think it's a nice tribute to someone who was really an interesting person and did a lot for gardening and passed away a few years ago. But it's nice to have something named after you.
I think Rick Nelson sang a song about her, didn't he?
No, that was a different Mary Lou.
Hello, Mary Lou? No, different?
No. The first year, the year that she died, Star Roses came out with a rose named after her called Mary Lou Hurd. And I have that rose in my garden, still from that very first year. But they changed the name the second year, and it's now called Rouge Royale.
Red Royal.
Yeah, which or Royal Red.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Rouge is red, but I understand the...
Yeah, they put the
backwards
adjectives after the nouns in French. But what was that? Oh, so
as long as we're entertaining Tiger, that's all that matters.
Well, I just felt kind of bad that, they named a rose after someone and then changed the name.
Can they? I guess they can do that, right? There's nothing that says you can't do that.
Well, it was a rose that I don't think that they were going to market, and so they named it after her, and then it turned out to be such a nice rose that they released it nationally, and when they released it nationally, they registered the rose as Rouge Royale.
You know what? We could name a rose after ourselves.
Oh, yeah? What would it be?
Bagnasco's Maine.
What happened? What about Tiger?
He needs one all of his own.
Yeah. I don't know how that...
Oh, Tiger's Pride.
Bagnasco's Maine.
How about Tiger's Pride?
There are roses that have Tiger in the name.
So you're already covered.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, there's a really nice striped miniature rose that Ralph Moore put out called Little Tiger.
Aw, Little Tiger.
Well, that was good till he was 10.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not so good right now.
Now we need a new one. There was someone on Facebook asked if we could give an update on Bruce and Sharon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll let you do that.
What's going on with them? Well, Bruce is in the later stages of Parkinson's, and he's been at the Naval Hospital in Chula Vista for a couple years. He's been on a feeding tube, pretty much bedridden, but Sharon says still alert and cognizant of everything that's going on. And Sharon just never stops working. She's always doing something. And very active with grandchildren and
her own children, obviously.
And her own children, and still gardening, and just moved into a new home, and so getting that stuff ready. So she's still really active. Maybe we'll have her come visit us during the holidays or something.
That'd be fun, especially on Facebook. I mean, I know we'd get a big audience for that.
Yeah, that would be nice. So let's see. What else?
I wanted to mention people this weekend. You were mentioning the rose auction today because we had questions about it last week, and sometimes we didn't know how to quite answer it. But today is when all the learning happens. This is when you have all the lectures, all the presentations, all of the know-how when it comes to roses.
Right, and that's from 1 to 6 today.
And the lecture from good people, too.
Really good people.
mean, Bob Martin, who next year will be inducted as the president of the American Rose Society, will be there. Jill Perry, who's the curator of the San Jose Heritage Rose Garden, is going to be giving a presentation. World-famous rose breeder Ping Lim is going to be talking. And as a matter of fact, I mentioned to you guys that we have 3 of Ping's roses that aren't going to be released until 2019 and 2020 that he's donated to the auction.
Is this the live auction or the silent auction?
Those are going to be in the live auction.
Okay. 35 roses?
35, I think.
38 now.
No, 35.
Might be more than 35.
I get tired.
But it's not. Yeah, I remember one year we did 50.
Yeah. I think I had Sharon helping me, didn't I?
Yeah.
And then one year, you and I did it together. There's still a picture on one of their pages.
Well, we always do it together.
California Coastal. No, but I think you did some of the bidding. I think. Helped me with the bidding back in Carlsbad. Maybe.
Really?
Because there's a picture of us.
You're much better at that as an auctioneer than I am.
If you go on their page, there's a picture of you and I from several years ago.
A video, you mean?
Well, they may still have the videos posted, but there's a still shot of us up there.
Oh, okay.
That's probably back around 2004, 2005.
And then also on Facebook, Rick wants to know when I start my rose cuttings. I do it all year round.
Yeah, you never stop.
But
I never do stop. But during the winter, if you don't have bottom heat, which I used to, but I don't right now, they usually will just sit there. So you really have a much better chance of starting roses in late spring. Probably late spring and early fall is probably the 2 best times.
And what was the reason why a handful of my roses grew so tall this year? Taller than normal.
Well, putting soil in the pots helps.
Okay, and I did do that. I took your advice.
Yeah.
I looked at the pot. I said, maybe some soil might work. Maybe some fertilizer. The Green Planet and Wedding Bells. Probably over 6 feet tall.
That Wedding Bells is a large flower.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
So what I was getting to with the presentations, though, and stuff, is that, and you can answer your tall rose growing question, is that they're free to attend.
Absolutely.
Everything is free.
That was one thing
charge.
we forgot to mention last week, was that you can go and get all this wealth of knowledge, and it's free.
And you mentioned lectures, and really what they are is PowerPoint presentations of all the roses that are being offered for sale, because most of these it's called the Rare and Unusual Rose Auction, right? Save the Roses. And so a lot of people don't have information on those roses. So that's the reason of the presentations, is to show pictures of what the rose flowers are going to look like if you win that rose, and a little bit of history behind them. And that music means that I'm going to take off.
You're not going to be here for the rest of the show?
I'm not.
Look how happy he is.
Look at it.
I would expect you to be
I'm
sad.
happy because I'm going to go be with my roses.
Okay, well, I'll be there tomorrow for the, not the silent auction. That's happening right now and has been, but the live auction, which kicks off at 1 o'clock. We're going to take a break, coming back with Tiger Palafox, myself, Bryan Main, and we'll see John tomorrow. Take care, coming right back.
Do you have insects on your roses? Do you have borers damaging your trees and shrubs due to stress or the drought? This is Tiger Palafox with Garden America Radio. Fertilome Tree and Shrub Drench is a great product that will give you season-long protection against many insects. Fertilome Tree and Shrub Drench can act as a preventer or a curative for insects that suck, chew, or bore on your plants. This may be the easiest product to use. Simply measure, mix in a bucket, and pour around the base of the tree. One application can last up to a full year. Protect your trees with Fertilome Tree and Shrub Drench. Find it at your local independent nursery or fertilome.com.
Mosquitoes can transmit deadly diseases, including Zika virus, West Nile virus, and dengue fever. Use Summit Mosquito Dunks to kill mosquitoes before they become disease-spreading pests. Just float an organic mosquito dunk in ponds, bird baths, rain barrels, and any standing water to kill mosquito larvae for 30 days or longer. Don't worry, mosquito dunks won't harm people, pets, fish, birds, or other wildlife. Mosquito dunks are available at fine garden centers and hardware stores.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Their expert staff can help you turn your book idea into a real book, a masterpiece that could someday make the bestseller list in hard copy and digitally all across the world. Page Publishing can help you completely take your idea for a book, write it, and publish it. So if you want to join the ranks of some of the most famous authors in the world, call now for a free information kit. Turn your book idea into publishing gold. Make a free call right now to Page Publishing.
888-785-0618. 888-785-0618. 888-785-0618. That's 888-785-0618.
Are you struggling with addiction or alcohol problems? If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares. Call 800-547-6533. 800-547-6533.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares. Call 800-547-6533. 800-547-6533. 800-547-6533.
Do you have an old car sitting in your driveway? How would you like to learn a hassle-free way to get rid of it, help kids in need, and get a great tax donation in the process? It's real easy. One simple free call to our car donation hotline is all it takes. Call the Neshama Foundation at 800-721-6723, 800-721-6723. We'll come pick your car up for free and give you a tax donation for the full value of the car, running or not. The value of your unwanted car will go to help kids in need. It's fast and easy. Just call us and your car will be gone and on its way to helping children in 48 hours. And you get a nice tax deduction. Call the Neshama Foundation now to get rid of your car, help kids, and get a tax write-off. Call 800-721-6723, 800-721-6723, 800-721-6723. That's 800-721-6723.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or john@gardenamerica.com.
Okay, we are back. As you can see, if you're watching Facebook Live, John is gone. It looks so lonely there. The chair's pushed back. There's a big gap there, and it's just Tiger and myself. Anyway, Steve in Simi Valley had a question. I don't know if Steve's watching on Facebook or listening, Tiger. He wanted to know where to get, what was it again?
Longevity spinach.
And you've got something else you're thinking about, right?
I'm trying to
cheer up.
I'm trying to delete John's little video thing so it doesn't go to a blank chair.
Oh, to a blank.
And I totally pushed it into the corner, and now I can't get it. So it's just going to show the floor here in a second.
It's going to show the floor?
There it is right there. Just shows the floor.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, longevity spinach, Guinera procumbens. He can get it from Baker Creek Seed. It's available to purchase online, but it won't ship until March. That's the one place that we know has a good product,
right?
And they'll ship it out for you, and you'll get a good deal on it. So Baker Creek Seeds, their website though is rareseeds.com. Rare seeds with an S at the end of it.com.
Okay, Steve, hope that helped. And then you're going to fix the shot of John not being here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
As you punch a few buttons. Hey, do want to remind people we talked about the rose auction this weekend. If you're in San Diego, what's happening today is afternoon lectures from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. You'll learn in depth about plants being offered. Lectures are both entertaining and, of course, educational. And then tomorrow, with what you learned today, will give you an opportunity to bid, finishing up the silent auction, and then the live auction, which kicks off at 1 p.m. To save the roses. Now, these, for the most part, are roses that you cannot buy anywhere. When you bid on these roses, you'll probably be the only one that you know of in your neighborhood or your community that has that rose. So, again, tomorrow on Sunday, if you do plan on attending, it starts, but the actual event itself kicks off live auction at 1 p.m., and you probably won't be there, Tiger, because your daughter's got a softball game.
Yeah, I have a softball game to go and coach. But
you're the coach?
Yeah, I'm the coach.
Oh, boy.
Isn't that impressive?
Very impressive.
Yeah, exactly.
The location tomorrow is in the QLN Conference Center at 1938 Avenida del Oro in Oceanside. That's just off Oceanside Boulevard.
If people are looking for something to do today, the San Diego Floral Society in San Diego is having their annual Haunted Garden Tour. So
where's that?
It's going to be located in the Mission Hills area, where they get to go in people's yards that have some kind of haunted history behind them and check out the yards, get inspiration, have some fun. But then at the nursery, they're having a kind of a festival where they have a lot of kids' crafts, pumpkin
at your
painting.
Nursery?
Yeah. And pumpkin painting, crafts, little games, and all kinds of fun stuff. And that's going on starting at noon today. And that's the San Diego Floral Society.
Now, is that every year?
They do an event every year. This is the first year they've ever done this particular one in the fall. They usually do something in the spring. It's kind of fun to have something in the fall because not everybody thinks of fall as planting time, but it is.
Oh, it is
talking
big time.
with Melinda today, it's one of the most important planting times.
Because everything has to be established to come up in the spring.
Exactly.
People, people think, a lot of people think that you just, no matter what time of the year it is, you just plant and wait for something to happen. And that's not always the case. In fact, a lot of what you probably want to grow, if you wait till spring, is going to be too late. Is that right?
Right, exactly. And so, it's hard. It's hard to plant in the spring, depending on where you're at, because we can get heat so fast that the plants are young and tender, and they need a little minute to develop.
Yeah, they haven't built up that, heat resistance, as it were.
Right, and if you wait too long, you're not successful. In the fall, it's super easy to be successful when it comes to gardening. So that's always nice. Is that it's kind of goof planting time of year. Even you can do it, Brian.
Even I could do it. I'm going to check my carrots and probably replant some lettuce and cilantro. Boy, that cilantro's good.
Yeah.
Have I told you how good that cilantro is?
I think I heard you mention it before.
A few times. Nice wide shot there of the empty. It looks sad. The chair's pushed back. The empty microphone.
Oh, I almost got it.
Almost got it. He's working on it. No, don't talk to him. Anyway, you can post your questions on Facebook or actually discuss with one another what's going on. You can also call us. We're still taking phone calls. That's a great shot.
Yeah.
At 855-424-9825. Again, that's 855-424-9825. John, in case you just joined us, off to the Coastal Rose Society
auction.
Getting ready for the auction. No matter where you are in the country, you can log on to their website and also bid, and that's Coastal Rose Society, California Coastal Rose Society.com or .org, .org, I believe.
Yeah.
And if that's not right, somebody will let me know. They'll call or email me. But we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Go ahead.
I was going to mention one of the things we mentioned last time, and when Bob was in here, because he works for a succulent company too, and there still are some wildfires burning throughout all over the nation.
Right.
When it comes to planting, and we were mentioning fall. Another thing to do that's really important for people in not just like wildfire prone area, but storm prone area is some good trimming, because if you prune now, there's a good chance you're ahead of the game in the sense of storms or fires, where you can lace up some trees so they're not full of debris that will burn. When it comes to storms, you want to make sure that there's no branches that are going to be cracking or breaking during a heavy wind or anything like that. You want to make sure the structure is all intact. And you see this happening all around town right now in San Diego with the city arborists, because they're getting ready for us, because we have a lot of palm trees, and when the winds kick up, the palm fronds fall. They fall on people's cars, they fall on people sometimes, and they can be heavy, and they're falling from 30, 40, 50 feet up in the air, and you have to be careful of that. So there's a lot going on in fall preparation, not just in tree care, but also in bushes and shrubs. You want to make sure to look into that as well.
I see a lot of palm trees around the county where they haven't been trimmed in, looks like years.
Gosh, right?
And they hang down. They're brown. The fronds just hang down.
Mm-hmm.
The tree keeps growing, and the more it grows, the more they die. And it looks terrible.
Yeah. And then they become a rat's nest.
Oh, yeah, big time.
And, they harbor disease as far as for the plants and things. So, good trimming, good lacing is important to the health of the plant, not just the safety of your home or your car.
There's the empty chair again. So sad. It just looks so sad. Such a sad shot.
Get rid of this?
Just get rid of that shot. You're the director.
I know. Who does this?
There it is again. I know this is great for viewing on Facebook. We understand that. Anyway, 855-424-9825. Want to float us a phone call. We also talked about last week, speaking of fires, good ground cover.
Yeah.
And we should probably repeat that if somebody lives near a canyon or someplace. It's not fireproof so much as it is fire resistant.
Right. And it's important because it gives firefighters a chance. I mean, that's the thing, is that you'll notice whenever after a wildfire, they'll talk about this topic, houses, why they saved one, why they couldn't save another, what happens, in the process. And part of it is it savable?
Right.
Did the homeowner do a good job of clearing brush around their home to give those firefighters a chance to save their home?
We're going to take a break. Coming back as we approach 30 minutes after the hour. I'm Bryan Main, Tiger Palafox. John is off to the California Coastal Rose Society auction for today. And again, that continues into tomorrow with the live auction beginning at 1 p.m. 855-424-9825. Tiger Palafox. Bryan Main taking a break, stepping aside, coming right back after we pay some bills.
My name is Jim. I'm a veteran, and I lost both legs in Vietnam. My victory was proving that disability is not a limitation.
I'm Julius. I'm a veteran. My victory was going from homeless to home.
At DAV, we're on a mission, helping veterans of all generations get the benefits they've earned.
I'm Cece. My victory was finishing my education.
When America's veterans win, we all win. Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
If you're suffering from hearing loss, stay tuned for a special offer from the makers of Listen Clear, a revolutionary hearing aid breakthrough designed by top audio engineers to fit your ear almost invisibly. Right now, you can try Listen Clear hearing aids absolutely free for 45 days. You can also qualify for free shipping and free batteries for life. Listen Clear hearing aids are so lightweight and comfortable, you can wear them all day long. They're practically invisible, too, so others won't even notice you're wearing them. And the best part is, you'll be able to hear almost everything, everywhere. So do something about your hearing loss. Call Listen Clear now to get started with your 45-day risk-free hearing aid trial. This special offer won't be available for long, so call Listen Clear now.
800-716-4650. 800-716-4650. 800-716-4650. We're here 24 hours a day to help. That's 800-716-4650.
Biz Talk News wants to feature your business as part of our Discovery feature, which highlights businesses that are not yet known nationally, but offer products or services that benefit Biz TV viewers. Available in over 40 markets on broadcast TV and online via biztvclub.com. Biz TV wants to help get the word out about your business. If you're interested in having your business featured on a future episode of Biz Talk Discovery, email us at discovery@biztv.com.
Hi, I'm Joan London. If you're worried about your parent or loved one living alone, like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service.
Finding an apartment that was on the courtyard with the view of the trees, the view of the ducks, the stream, the creek, all of that, that was what I needed.
You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information. Here's the number.
To speak to a local senior living advisor, call A Place for Mom at 800-506-0320. That's 800-506-0320.
A Place for Mom is a free service, and you can trust them to help you. So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, there's a place for answers, A Place for Mom.
To speak to a local senior living advisor, call A Place for Mom at 800-506-0320. That's 800-506-0320.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-595-6619. That's 800-595-6619. Again, 800-595-6619.
National Funding Group has just released $100 million in easy access small business funding to businesses that gross at least $100,000 a year. You can have fast access up to $500,000 in new business capital in as little as 48 hours. Think about the ways you could grow your business if you had up to a $500,000 cash infusion. Call a NFG funding expert now. The process is easy. It only takes about 5 minutes. Then our management-owned lending team looks at your application for a fast approval. You can get 100% funded in about 2 days. If you need up to $500,000 in working capital to run your business and you gross at least $100,000 a year, call NFG and apply today. 800-296-1564. 800-296-1564. 800-296-1564. That's 800-296-1564.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
And we are back. It is 35 minutes after the hour with Tiger Palafox. I'm Bryan Main. John is off to the California Coastal Rose Society. And for the next half hour, just the two of us and you, the listeners and viewers.
Yeah, and having some fun here talking about gardening.
Right. We talked about, before the break, we were talking about things you can do to help retard fires, ground covers. Again, mentioning once again some of the ground covers people can consider for that around their house to help the fire department.
Yeah, so ice plants, red apple, rosea, those are all wonderful. There's a lot of varieties of Delospermas and different ice plants that are good for hillsides. They flower, they grow low, they're full of water.
They're easy to maintain, right?
And they're easy to maintain.
Because they're full of water, they sort of support themselves.
Exactly. And so what that does is it gives the firefighters an opportunity to get to the property, slow the progress of the fire around your home, so that way they can either spray the home down or save it to some extent before the fire even gets there, which is always nice. And they tell you to have at least a 50-foot defensible space around the home. So that means nothing within 50 feet of the home itself, and then 100 feet of further protection around the property itself.
Oh, okay, so right next to the house, nothing, just dirt.
Yeah,
and then go 50 feet out from there, and then plant your ground cover.
Well, no, right next to the house, that you can plant your landscape shrubs and low-growing perennials and things like that. They just don't want a tree that's like a pine tree or something within 50 feet of the home, because there's a good chance those branches are going to reach 10 to 12 feet out, and that only makes it 20, 30 feet away from the house, which in case of a fire, that can light the home on fire real quick.
And it helps the fire leap to the tree. It's giving the fire more of an opportunity.
Yep.
Is what it's doing.
Yeah, exactly. And then, if you do have, irrigated areas, making sure your plants are healthy and strong. I mean, biggest mistake people make in a time of drought is they stop watering their landscape. I understand that we're trying to conserve water. There are some ways that we have to give up. But making plants unhealthy, dry, brittle, or dead is
not the way to go.
No way to fight the drought in the way of, that is a big risk for people in their homes is if they just have dry brush around their home, you're asking for it at that point in time, because you need to keep those plants healthy and strong. And, like I said, not only does it, make a fire, but disease, beetles get infected into trees, and then that will kill the tree. And trees are very expensive to remove.
Is that the bark beetle?
There's bark beetles. There's different borers and things like that. And it's a funny thing. It's a kind of a neat phenomenon where they found that when a tree is unhealthy in the sense of its lack of water, maybe lack of nutrients, it sends out these pheromones, kind of stressed pheromones. Like it's maybe like when you and I are stressed and we start to sweat.
Right.
All right. Well,
and that's picked up by
the bugs.
And they say, hey, there's a weak tree or weak plant.
Exactly. And because normally trees produce sap, different oils that fight off a bug naturally. But when the tree is weak and it can't produce enough of that sap or enough of that oil, it gives the bug a chance to get embedded in there. And that's the way it gets in there. It begins to kill the tree, more bugs, and then the problem.
And it sends the signal out when it's under stress.
It's under stress.
Wow.
So the way that it could be under stress is drought, lack of nutrients, or just unhealthy trees. Also, other stress are poor pruning. Sometimes when a tree trimmer comes in there and does a hack job on a tree,
and I've seen a lot of that,
they can stress it out, and then the tree would then start to release these pheromones, and it might be healthy enough to fight off the bug, but nonetheless it's under stress. So that's why I always recommend you get a certified arborist, someone that knows which branches to cut where, how, and stuff like that.
Then before you purchase a house, take a look at all the things you just talked about as well, because there might be a case where you need to remove a tree for the very same reason that you gave, because it is too close to the house.
Yeah.
Even though it's a beautiful tree, but if you live in an area where there's fires, you may have to sacrifice that beauty to protect your house in the future.
Exactly.
Have you ever had to do that, where somebody says, I need to take trees out?
Oh, definitely. I mean, in our areas, we think, we're in San Diego and it's kind of metro in the middle of the city. There still are a lot of canyons. There still are a lot of open spaces where people, a fire going up a canyon, they go so fast because it's these vertical walls of the flames going up, and then people put their yards right on the edge of that canyon, and it's very dangerous. So you got to be careful with that.
When is it too late to plant for the spring? We talked about fall being a great time to plant to get ready. When is too late? February, January? Is that too late to establish for the springtime?
I mean, it depends.
And it depends on what you're planting, right?
Yeah, but I mean, for the most part, when you're looking at like vegetables, let's say, you want to wait till after you want to wait till after your last chance of frost for vegetables. So a lot of things for different people are going to come in maybe February, March, some people even April. Now for flowers, you can do that, kind of throughout the year where, it's more or less, depending on the flower. Sometimes you can do those in February. Sometimes you have to wait until April. But one of the things that people need to know is that, kind of like what Melinda was mentioning when people talked about, planting seeds over the winter and then having them come up in spring, sometimes you can plant them early, but they'll always come up in May. So you can plant them in February.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. They'll sit there until May. Or you can plant them in March, and they will still come up in May. Or April, and they'll still come up in May. Seeds and plants have their seasons set. So unless something kind of makes them change, whether it's weather or watering or a greenhouse or you keeping them inside, they're going to come up during the time of year that they want to come up, and that's programmed into them, so to speak.
And we spoke about the fact that here in San Diego, moderate temperatures through this weekend, but then come Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, many places going to be over the 100 mark, hitting and surpassing the century mark. So people need now to up their watering at least for the next, say, week.
Yeah, and windy dry. So that's the one thing. When people back east, they hit the hundreds. Not right now, but they get the hundreds, but it's hot and humid.
Right.
And that's one type of heat.
Because there's still moisture in the air.
There's still moisture. It might rain in the evening for those people still. Well, for us, when it's 100 degrees and there's a wind gust, that's like a furnace. And a hanging plant can dry out in 15, 20 minutes. Trees and shrubs, it wicks the moisture right out of the foliage, and if water back it up when it needs it, then they will dry out, and that'll be a problem as well. So definitely want to provide. And then, one of the things people need to do too is make sure they're not overwatering, in the sense of you don't want boggy, wet soil all the time. So you got to be careful of that. It's that happy medium between overwatering and underwatering, or protecting the plants. If you have hanging baskets and it's a hot, dry, windy day, take the hanging baskets down, put them under the porch or patio or something like that, just for the day, just because 15, 20 minutes out there, and they'll dry out so fast, and they might not come back. Then
you've lost it.
Yeah, exactly. So take them down, put them somewhere on the ground in the shade just for the day, and they'll be okay.
Okay, good advice as we here, at least here in San Diego, look forward to in a positive way, but we have no choice. It's going to be happening with the heat coming up here, and hopefully, we're getting into November, and I would hope that this would be the last hot spell we'd have, and we can get into the fall season and enjoy some of the cool weather. Do we have any Facebook questions?
Yeah. So one of the things is one of our listeners named Patty wrote that if people wanted more information on wildfire landscaping, that Maureen Gilmore wrote the book California Wildfire Landscaping, that gives a lot of great tips and information for people that maybe they live in a rural area that they need protection from wildfires. So you can kind of look at that book. I'm sure it's probably on Amazon or online to be able to purchase that. Also, Dale wrote, any tips on heliotrope overwintering? Do you remember where Dale's?
Is Dale Babcock?
Yeah. He's up north, isn't he?
I think so. Dale, if just so we know where you are geographically, if you want to put in your location on Facebook.
Because I was going to say, for us in Southern California, heliotrope, as far as trying to get it to overwinter is a pretty easy thing. But I think that if you're in a colder region where you do get, some frost or things like that, what Melinda mentioned this morning is a good thing. That it's not always about cutting back and just trying to have things, be cut back before the winter comes. Leaving it actually hardens off the plant. Heliotrope is very tender to cold, so it will get burned. It'll probably die back a bit. But as long as the root system doesn't drop into a frozen tundra, the plant will come back. And so, I think that just protecting it is a good thing to do. But I'll get to more after the commercial.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that after the break. One more segment coming up with Tiger Palafox, Bryan Main here on Biz Talk Radio. It is Garden America, 855-424-9825. Want to give us a call? Also here on Facebook with your questions and comments as we step aside, taking a break, coming back for our final segment. Stay with us.
Hi, this is gardening expert Melinda Myers. Keeping the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite Organic Nitrogen Fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 10 weeks. The non-burning, non-leaching formula provides a natural, slow, and consistent flow of nutrients. Trust the fertilizer proven effective for 90 years, Milorganite. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Do you have insects on your roses? Do you have borers damaging your trees and shrubs due to stress or the drought? This is Tiger Palafox with Garden America Radio. Fertilome Tree and Shrub Drench is a great product that will give you season-long protection against many insects. Fertilome Tree and Shrub Drench can act as a preventer or a curative for insects that suck, chew, or bore on your plants. This may be the easiest product to use. Simply measure, mix in a bucket, and pour around the base of the tree. One application can last up to a full year. Protect your trees with Fertilome Tree and Shrub Drench. Find it at your local independent nursery or fertilome.com.
When did your light bulb go off? We're talking about that idea you have for a new product or app. Listen, if you want to make your idea a priority, but you don't know how to get it off the ground, you call Davison, the one company with over 25 years experience and exclusive process that turns ideas into products and apps that are found in retail stores and online. Our team has helped tens of thousands of people, just like you. Call now and ask for our free idea starter guide. We'll show you how to securely get started and protect your idea. Whether you have a patent or not, our process will get your idea ready to get in front of a corporation. Don't let your light bulb of an idea go out. Call Davison now for your free idea starter guide. Davison charges fees for services. 800-213-9256. 800-213-9256. 800-213-9256. Again, that's 800-213-9256.
If you're struggling to pay or haven't been making your student loan payments, listen carefully to this urgent alert. Have you been out of school for 10 or more years and you're still making your student loan payments? Are your student loans past due or even in default? Can't go back to school because of an old student loan problem? Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month, based on what you can afford to pay. One quick 10-minute call could help you solve your student loan problems. So call right now. Not available in all states. Payments may vary based on income.
800-685-0129. 800-685-0129. 800-685-0129. That's 800-685-0129.
Are you married? Do you and your husband both have term life insurance? If you both don't, you should. You have a lot to protect. Call now, get a free quote for your husband, and while you're at it, get a quote for yourself too. Because you both need term life insurance. Call now. 800-915-9658, 800-915-9658, 800-915-9658. Rates are at all-time lows. We'll shop over 30 top-rated companies to get you the best possible rates. Term life insurance, it's the perfect way to protect the quality of your family's lifestyle. You and your husband both need term life insurance, so call now for a free quote for the both of you. 800-915-9658, 800-915-9658, 800-915-9658.
Are you ready to leave your corporate job behind and be your own boss? Have you ever dreamed of owning a business? Do you have $50,000 or more sitting around in a 401k? If you answered yes, it's time to invest in yourself by buying or starting a business or franchise. IRS code allows you to use money in a 401k to invest in a business with absolutely no penalties or taxes. At Guidant Financial, we've helped more than 11,000 entrepreneurs invest $3 billion in retirement assets into the small businesses and franchises of their dreams. So if you've got $50,000 or more in a 401k and you're looking for a way to start a business, call Guidant Financial now for free information and to learn more. Operators are standing by for your call. 800-570-6630. 800-570-6630. 800-570-6630. That's 800-570-6630.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America radio show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
And we are back for our final segment here, Garden America on Biz Talk Radio. Bryan, Maine, Tiger, Palafox. Phones still in line working at 855-424-9825, or Facebook questions as we continue to monitor. Did we finish up what we were speaking or talking about?
We were talking about overwintering heliotrope. Right. And so I was giving some tips. And, so one of the things is that, heliotrope for most people is kind of a tropical plant. So it is very sensitive to the cold, and you have to be cautious of that. If you're in a mild area, I would say take Melinda's tips as far as overwintering a perennial and kind of leaving it in an area, not cutting it back, letting it dry out, and it would come back then next spring. If you're in an area where it does get severely cold, where you're going to get snow on the ground and frozen temperatures for maybe weeks at a time, then that's something that you might want to transplant, keep into a greenhouse, overwinter it there, and then you can put it back out in the spring. But as she mentioned before, if you are in a mild area, if you overwinter things, they come back stronger next year, and they'll get a longer growing season. They'll be a hardier plant, and it's nice to be able to have a plant that isn't so sensitive.
Yeah. Yeah, some people shouldn't own sensitive plants.
Yeah, right. You got to have something a little tough every once in a while.
Sure, of course. And why does overwintering make it tough?
Because, it's kind of the process of a thick skin.
Okay.
The plant develops the ability to withstand large swings in temperatures, whether it's hot or cold, because there's a lot of the same principles when it comes to summertime plants as well, where they are not able to be grown in a lot of heat sometimes or direct temperatures. But if you do it where they are exposed to that slowly, and it can then develop the plant into a hardier plant that can withstand the summertime heat temperatures, but at the same time you can do the reverse where it's the wintertime cold temperatures. And it comes down to the plants developing that thick skin in those thick cells to be able to protect them down the road.
Right. Okay, good advice. Okay, anything else on Facebook that we need to be aware of here as we've got a few minutes to go here as we wrap things up on this Saturday?
I think that, one of the things...
Go ahead.
No, I mean...
We covered a lot.
We covered a lot. But I think that, one of the things that as we get into the later parts of October, people need to definitely be doing is harvesting their vegetable crops that are coming up now and getting them off of the plants, because people don't realize, and they think like, oh, I'll leave it there and it'll stay and stuff. But with the extreme temperatures that you can get in the late season or the cold snap that you can lose a lot of those fruits that are ripening at this moment in time during that time frame. So start harvesting, strip the plants of all that you can right now, and then if you get anything later on through the year, that's wonderful, but otherwise plan to strip it all of what you have at this moment.
Okay, and this is the time to do that.
Yeah.
This is where the harvest moon comes in?
Yeah, right. Well, this is the time when people harvest the vegetables. This is harvest time for everyone. So it's kind of winding it up, but it's fun to be able to be having all this production happening in the yard.
How does your inventory this year change at Mission Hills Nursery? Or does it?
Oh, it changes dramatically because, we're getting in all the fall stuff, but then again, we're still not cool enough for a lot of the fall things like pansies.
Yeah.
They're there, but it's still so hot. So we're doing a complete seasonal change right now. So no petunias any longer, none of the summer flowers, none of the summer vegetables. We're transitioning to all the fall vegetables, the leafy greens, the cauliflowers, broccolis, all of that right now. Pansies, snapdragons, all the winter flowering plants, the kale, things like that are now no more impatiens. So it's a full transition right now.
So anybody that would come to Mission Hills Nursery, whatever you have out there is there for a reason. It's time to plant.
It's time to plant.
You're not rolling the dice and wondering, is this going to grow? Whatever you're selling now is going to grow.
Exactly. Any proper nursery should try to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Match the season with the location. Put things out there that people can actually be successful with. It's the ultimate goal of all of us in the industry to make all those home gardeners successful.
Well,
and if we put things out there that aren't going to work, they're going to get discouraged. And that's not fun.
And if you're going someplace to a big box store, you should ask them, find out if what they have, because I would imagine there are places that would still be selling
definitely
things that are not proper for this time of the year.
Whatever's looking pretty. And sometimes they pull them in from greenhouses and they sit outside, like I just mentioned, for a week.
Or it's extra inventory they've got to move.
Exactly.
And get it out.
And you get it home and it dies right away. Or it wilts in the heat. And it's just because they pulled it from a nice controlled environment.
Right.
And then you put it out in your yard and it's supposed to work, but it doesn't. And that's why. So make sure you find out where or how it's grown. So that way you will be successful.
Absolutely. Okay, so got a few minutes to kill here. Anything else that you want to...
Rochelle said to mention the trip again for the people that are joining the program late. I think
that's a good idea.
I think she's referring to our wonderful England trip.
The one and only trip coming up in July of 2018 to England, and you can go to our Facebook page. You're on our Facebook page if you're watching. You can go to our website, gardenamerica.com, and I think John said, did he say left or right-hand side? Anyway, go to the homepage, gardenamerica.com, top right or left-hand side. The entire itinerary is there. Matthew Brumley from Earthbound Expeditions is the one that's orchestrating this, and you can see all the beautiful gardens we'll be attending, and we will be traveling to basically north of London, going up into the Oxford area. And
we'll be going to the Hampton Court Flower Show,
right?
Oxford, Cotswolds.
Cotswolds, yeah, John brings that up quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's going to be beautiful, it's going to be green, and it's going to be fun. And John mentioned that most, if not all, of the people who've signed up so far are people who've gone with us before.
We've had to do a good job before.
If you haven't been with us before, seriously consider this. It's a great time. You're with fellow gardeners. You're with people who have the same interest. And it's always a good time. It's a lot of fun. And I guarantee that you will love it. We've done trips all over the world, and this is going to be the first time for this particular trip, but it's going to be fun.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, there's the garden tour happening here in San Diego this weekend.
Right.
And it's a chance to get inspiration.
Absolutely.
When you travel and you get to see what other people have done or how they've done it, and then you take that idea home, you emulate it at home. It's you can't beat it. Seeing it in magazines and seeing
that's one thing.
It around those HGTV shows where people transform their homes or whatever. That's one thing. But actually going and actually touching and feeling and kind of really being embedded into it is a completely different experience.
Well, thank you, Tiger. We do appreciate you being here, John being here. I'm glad that I'm here. Heck, I don't know where else I'd be. Hey, for the entire crew, I want to thank Brandon, Jeremiah, Zach, running things from the mothership, keeping us on the air. For the entire crew, John Bagnasco, I'm Bryan Main, Tiger Palafox. Thank you for tuning into Facebook every week. Thank you for listening to us wherever you are. We'll do it again next week. Don't forget the rose auction today and tomorrow, this entire weekend. Live auction tomorrow. I'll be the auctioneer that kicks off at 1 p.m. Until then, get growing America. Take care.